Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. In this episode, I will try to do like a sample or as an example of a webinar that I have in mind before I launch in the course of 1 year course on my website yourtrainer.uk. And the title, I'm not sure about it, but it sounds something like an introduction on how to stay fit until you die, and the subtitle should be something like six things you need to know before wanting to lose weight. For me, it's very important this aspect because lots of people will jump straight on the idea that losing weight is a good thing, and that's why the society shift the idea and understand losing weight it's equal with staying fit. So basically, if you lose weight, that means you are fit, which is totally wrong. That's why lots of people right now these days are jumping on all sorts of programs like 3 months, 4 months, where they are losing 20 kilograms of fat, and obviously they build some muscle mass, or the level of their muscle mass will be the same, and they think, okay, I'm fit now. No, you're not. Fit doesn't mean that. So because of that, after 2 3 years, they reverse back to their old routine and gain the same amount of weight back. So that's why it's very important to have a discussion before wanting to lose weight, because right now the society pushes the idea that you need to lose weight, you have to lose weight. Losing weight is the most important thing. No, no, it's not. It's not. So yeah, I prepared six ideas that you have to think about, six subjects, let's say, that you have to think about before wanting to lose weight. And the main idea of this first webinar is for people to understand that this quote that comes from Naval, and he says something like, a calm mind, a fit body, and a house full of love can't be both. Only earned, which is the perfect presentation of the most important things in life. You can't buy them. You can't. You just need to earn them. And earning means that you have to take action. And the set of actions that you have to take is not only for today, tomorrow, 3 months, or 6 months. No. The set of actions that you need to take are for years and years. And in this way, you will earn these things like a calm mind, fit body, and the house. But our subject is about the fit body. So being fit, it's not about being fit for 1 year. Being fit doesn't mean you have to be, you need to lose weight in 3 months. No, no, it's not like that. Okay, and I want to start this webinar with another quote from a guy that wrote the book, The Psychology of Money. I think it's called the book. I have to double check before doing this webinar. Um, and I fall in love actually with this quote, and says something like that. Health and finance are two things that, even if you want or not, you need to learn about in this life. And this is what it's interesting, because you don't have such a thing in the school system. You don't have a discipline about health, for example. You don't have. You have PT, or you have, I don't know how you call it. Anyway, you have 2 3 hours per week where kids need or teenagers need to have like a sport routine. They go and play different games or they learn about different games, gymnastics and so on. But there is no discipline about health, like teaching health. Like, for example, guys, you need to exercise daily. You have to have a routine about exercising, about eating, what you eat, when you eat, why it's so important to have a meal schedule, for example. Why it's so important to do this and that and blah 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 whatsoever. Lots of people will say, yeah, but we have biology. Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's about health discipline. It's about teaching people the idea of health and how important and how health impacts their daily life and so on. So that's why the course that I want to build, it's on 1 year. So you have 6 months of theory and practice, and then the other 6 months will be about challenges that you have to accomplish. You need to set and you need to accomplish, which are physical and also psychologically. And then I want to keep in touch of after after finishing the course of 1 year. I want to keep in touch with my clients for 4 years. It's part of the package because I think that if I will keep in touch with a person for 5 years and that person will have in mind that I need to work on my health, I need to work on my habits, I need to work on all the things that influence my health for 5 years, that means there is a very big chance that that person after 5 years will create a system and organize their life in a way that can move forward, and the habits that they created in these 5 years will stick with them longer than 5 years, like for example 10 years. So I wish this will be the case, and that's why based on this code, I want the course to be like a health discipline, and I want people to learn the basics about how fitness and nutrition will not work without your mind, and try to create an idea among these three main subjects like fitness, nutrition, and mind, which are very, very important these days. So the second thing after I'll tell this, I'll say something about myself, and I will make a short introduction about myself. So I was born in a very poor country, and I was bullied in school. In school, my brother started practicing martial arts from a young age. He is 10 years older than me, so he had a very big influence on me on start practicing martial arts. Obviously, I started around when I was in the fourth grade, let's say, and then gave up after 1 year because the trainer uh, didn't pick me to get into the team of fighting at the championship. So I got upset. 1 year I didn't go, and then I started again to go in nine, no, actually eighth grade. Yeah, and then I started go when I started high school, and because I was bullied uh, quite a lot at home and at school, I fall in love with fitness. So I thought that if I combine martial arts with fitness, I'll stand bigger chances to stand against bullying and people that try to bully me. So till till until the age 18, I practiced both of them. I went to competitions. I won lots of prizes nationally and internationally at martial arts, but not at fitness. I wanted to accomplish some things at fitness, but unfortunately, because it was a very small town and people didn't get too much interest in this kind of things. I didn't find anyone to invest in me because fitness is quite an expensive sport in terms of nutrition, in terms of supplements and so on. But I kept going with this idea. So when I was 18 years old, I opened my first business, which was a gym, which rusted dumbbells and barbells and machineries. I learned a lot about that period, about the experience. No, I learned about from that experience actually, because I started reading lots of books, lots of magazines, and I had around 86 clients, something like that. And I was taking care of them. For example, giving them a workouts to give it a try to see how their body responses, and then I start going to nutrition a little bit and so on. So all the things unfolded in that direction. Then I moved to university, where actually I studied engineering and economics, and I become a personal trainer as a part time. And I started doing courses. I become a personal trainer. I think I had till until I finished the university, which was 4 years. I had more than 100 clients at PT, so I helped lots of people. In At that time was the idea of helping people, but now these days I don't think I helped them a lot, and I will explain later why. Yeah, so I help people losing lots of weight, like 20, the same thing that is promoted these days, like 20 kilograms in 3 months and so on. So yeah, I studied more the nutrition, then a little bit psychology and how things are working. Then, after 3 years of personal training, I opened a business with healthy meals delivered to my client's door, 3 meals and two fruits. I cooked so much that it's quite hard for now. It's quite hard now for a nutritionist to come and tell me about some secret formulas, or personal trainer with personalized diet to tell me, oh, we have a secret combination of um, carbs and proteins and when to eat. No, no, no. Trust me. When you get into the kitchen and cook for, I think in the last months were around 260 people per day. It's it's unbelievable per day. Me and my team. So I had around 5 chefs and lots of people on deliveries. Anyway, it's another story. So my background in nutrition is actually cooking and seeing how people are reacting to that kind of menu. Normal people, not athletes. Okay, so because I know these differences, I can have an honest opinion about the idea of nutrition. So it's one the theory. It's one thing, like the things that you read in book in chemistry, biochemistry, and biology, like carbs and fats and protein, and that's one thing. The other thing is when you sit at the table and eat, and whatever you cook and eat has, like, exactly what's what. So that's practical thing. Yeah, so I cooked for a lot of people. I saw lots of things changing, and lots of uh, theories that I read about didn't make sense in my brain because I saw results. So, for example, lots of people would say, um, "Don't don't cook with butter because you get fat," something like that. And actually, I realized that people still lose weight even if you cook with butter, but not a lot. Like if you balance the quantity of butter in your food in terms of giving you a better taste, you'll still keep losing weight if you keep in touch with you keep yeah keep in touch no, keep in touch no, I think I said it wrong. Keep the other things balanced, for example, meal schedule, water, protein level, and so on. After that, I sold the business and moved. Actually, I opened a coffee shop with healthy cakes, vegan cake, gluten free cakes, raw vegan cakes, a coffee shop, and then I sold the business. I moved to London and start again a new life with Eats Healthy, where now I am doing healthy cakes, raw vegan cakes, and yeah, I started with that, and then I try to focus on your trainer right now and in developing this course. So this is the second point. The third point will be the difference between losing weight and staying fit. And I hope people that will listen to this webinar, after this hour of talking about in this webinar, I hope people will have in mind will so what's the expression? So we'll keep in mind this point because I think it's the most important thing from this webinar. So as I said at the beginning, these days, because of the society and the industry that promotes this idea, people understanding that if they lose weight, uh, they are fit, which is totally wrong. So, one, you don't have any diet in this world that can grow muscle mass sitting down on a chair. You'll never have, because this is not working like that. So when you start losing weight, just losing weight based on a diet, you eventually will lose muscle mass. By losing muscle mass, that means you weakening your immune system, your joints, um, your mood, because muscle mass has a very important role in your body, like your posture, your mood, your digestion, your joints, the protection for folding, and many other things that will impact. So when you lose weight just because you think losing weight it's you just become fit, you just make your body weak, weak. Yeah, you just make your body weak. That's all you do. If you're staying on a chair, eating less food, or following a diet because you need to fit in a dress or in a suit for a party or whatsoever. And also, your skin will not be able to adapt to the transformation. And there are so many things that comes in place when people are choosing to lose weight just because of the false idea that losing weight is equal with fit, being fit. And when you look at being fit, the idea of being fit, like focusing your vision from losing weight to being fit, you realize that suddenly I wrote and I created a picture in my book as well. When you choose being fit, you have many other advantages beside that, and also includes losing weight as well. So when you choose to being fit, that means you get more power, you become you become stronger, your immune system is much better, you increase your stamina, you have more energy, your mood is more positive and optimistic about life. you are looking good, you are feeling amazing, your posture is very good, your joints are stronger, the protection, which are muscles against your joints, that's the first thing, will be stronger, so your joints are more protected, let's say. Your balance will be better, especially for elderly people, and also you lose weight. Yeah, so losing weight will be like a bonus. So people, if they are changing their focus from losing weight to become fit, and just uh, don't put so much pressure on them on losing weight, these people that are focusing on becoming fit and staying fit, they are not concerning about their weight. They are not concerning about they are not putting pressure on them to uh, go on a scale every morning and to see the scale dropping and changing the numbers and showing them another number and lower number, actually a lower number. No, they are not concerned about that. They are concerned, oh, keep moving in the right direction, creating habits, exercising daily, lifting weights, do some cardio, do any other stuff of activities. Like, they are focusing on the process of becoming fit. So that's why it's so important for people to understand the differences, which I explained earlier. Okay, number four, fitness and nutrition are not working without your mind, which is also a very important subject. And people will not understand that, because this is a quite an example when people are going and doing this kind of programs of 3 months, losing 20 kilograms in 3 months, and then after 2 years, something happens in their life, and I don't know, they have a loss or something is not working out in their career or love, a relationship, whatsoever. And eventually they reverse back to their old routine, which created gaining weight. And eventually, after 2 years, they will get back to the same weight that they were before. And there are studies that will show you can't process all the informations in 3 months. So all the things that you are doing in that program of 3 months, your brain and your body will not be able to process all of that and create a habit or habits from that. Plus, the friction is so high, like you have soreness, you have pain, lots of pain, you sweat a lot, you if you are on a diet as well, you don't eat much of the things. Plus, socially, I saw so many cases when they are going to a party, people are going to a party, and they people around them will say, like, come on, have a piece of cake, or have a drink with us. No, no, I'm on a diet. It's like they are sick. They are sick, and the doctor told them, no, don't do it. It's something like that. I can't imagine parents having their kid's birthday and not be able to enjoy the birthday party. Why? Because they are on a diet. Because, yeah, but they are not sick. Anyway, this is another conversation. So, uh, what did I want to say here? Not working with your mind. I started from somewhere. I forgot my thing. I lost it. I lost it. Come back. Come back. The idea. Come back. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say. So Yeah, the study shows that in 3 months your brain and your body can't create habits that they can keep. And also I said, because of the friction between all of these things. So when you decide that you want to lose weight, I think this thing is, it's one of the most important thing, is to understand why did you gain weight in the first place. So you have to work psychologically first. You have to work with your mind. You have to ask questions like, why did I start gaining weight? Why do I have this all excess of fat, this big amount of fat, excess of fat on my body right now? Why? You know why. You definitely know why. But you have to ask yourself questions. You have to look into your past. It's not easy for lots of people. It's not easy because it's about trauma. It's about many other things involved, like chaos, especially chaos. And they don't want to touch that part of their life. They don't want to remember that part of their life. But actually, that's a good thing because you understand the root of your excess of fat that you hold right now. And for example, if I had, if and this is what I noticed at lots of people for a period of time. For example, 2 to 5 years, especially when they are young, people are focusing on their career first. They let their health on third or fourth place, and they are focusing on their career first. They put their career over there. They put lots of hours over there, and because they are focusing on their career, they developing habits that in their mind it's something like, if I skip meals, I will have more time to invest into my career. If I will have more time investing into my career, maybe I will get a promotion, maybe I will get the business, maybe I will achieve this and that amount of money, and so on. Then they will say, if I don't know, I will eat only snacks, which are faster than a proper meal, and I'm not cooking, obviously I'll save more time for my career. If I'm not going to the gym, if I don't exercise, I'll have more time for my career, and so on. On a period of 2 to 5 years, developing these kind of habits, obviously, maybe there are cases and cases, but maybe they are achieving the goal that they want, but with a cost. And that cost is developing bad habits to their health, which obviously helps them to gain lots of weight, lots of excess of fat. When these things happen, going to a program that offers you to lose 20 kilograms in 3 months, it's is literally a BS. Why? Because you may achieve that goal, okay, 20 kilograms, but will not help you whatsoever. Because, as I said, you will not be able to your mind and body will not be able to process all of those habits. So it's quite simple and straightforward. So going back and ask yourself questions about that period and see that, and understanding that, okay, so because I focused so much on my career, I developed this kind of habits. Now to be able to reverse that thing is just to understand and be aware of the moment that I decide to eat something or not exercise or whatsoever, is to understand that it's because in the past, when I had a chaos in my life, I had a very chaos period in my life, I developed that habit. So because of that, now I can reverse this. So I have to stop, I have to make better decisions. So the moment when you understand that the root of the problem is like a light bulb switching on in your mind and on your face. So you understand that the process that will come after needs to be a process. Doesn't need 3 months. You don't need 3 months. You don't need the target of losing weight. No, you need a process of becoming fit. That process needs to be for a long period, needs to be with less friction as possible, needs to be for at least 2 years. So you have to start small, you have to start rewire your brain, because you wired your brain in that period based on your goal. Now, your goal, it may be your health, should be your health, but it may be your health at the beginning. When you decide that, you start rewiring your brain, you start building habits, you start creating habits, you start choosing habits that are empowering your health, that helps your health. When you have this kind of framework that starts with your mind, and you understand the roots of the excess of fat, now you can move into the other two things that are fitness and nutrition. And I will start every single time with fitness and not nutrition. Why? Many people will argue on this, but I will start with fitness because it's the hardest thing you can do. Yeah, the hardest thing that people will avoid to do is to lift their butt from the sofa. Okay? That's the hardest thing, people. So when the person decides, look, now I'm moving to fitness and nutrition, these two things can be combined at the same time. But I recommend starting with fitness because, as I said, is the hardest thing to do. So, for example, setting a 10 minute period of 10 minutes slot in your daily schedule to do just one exercise at the beginning, just one exercise. For example, sitting on a chair and get up. Sitting on a chair and get up is like a squat, but you sit on a chair and you get up. So you do for 10 minutes this exercise. That's all you have to do. It's an exercise. You can call it an exercise. It's an exercise. So doing this exercise today, then tomorrow you may doing push-ups against the wall, for example, for 10 minutes. Then if you do these things, you can move to nutrition, where you can stop eating late in night, for example. You can stop eating at 6 p.m. every day, or 7 p.m. And then if you are still hungry because of the habits that you created in the past, you can keep eating fruits. And about this is quite ridiculous. But I will talk about this in the next at the next point. And you can, for example, another healthy habit that you can create is drinking around 300 to 500 milliliters of water first thing in the morning after you wake up. Not all at once, but over 1 hour, you can drink between 300 and 500 milliliters of water first thing in the morning. You will be amazed how your digestion system will change and how much will improve. You'll be amazed. Just, you see, this is an example of very small things that you can adjust time after time, day after day, and after 6 months you will improve so much that you can't even imagine. Your body will ask you for more of these things. Your brain will do the same thing. So that's why it's very important. So, as I said, fitness and nutrition goes like at the same time. But if you start with fitness, you'll conquer and the achievements of going that will come by going on the fitness part um, will increase the confidence more, will increase your confidence more. So by increasing your confidence more, you can move to nutrition much easier. So that's another aspect why I'm recommending going to fitness first. Okay, we move to the next subject, which is number 5, which is counting calories is working, but not today or in the near future. I'll grab I grab some coffee right now. So, as I said, counting calories is working, but not today or in the near future. Counting calories, in the idea of counting calories, went so far these days that is promoted so much that people these days start comparing, not comparing, start saying that chocolate is equal with grapes. It's such a ridiculous idea. Oh my god. So this idea of counting calories is pushed so much by the media and the industry and society that people right now are telling kids that it's quite the same thing. If you want chocolate, you can eat chocolate. If you want grapes, you can eat grapes. Are the same. It's just ridiculous. So if I will sit in a room, for example, and do nothing, and someone will control my intake of food, yes, counting calories is working. And this example of me sitting in a room, it's an example of athletes or people that are sick. They have a disease, they are ill. Athletes, they are doing full-time job, these kind of things, like into a sport. So they need results. In order to have results, they have to focus on all the aspects that it's about nutrition, especially counting calories if it's in the fitness industry. The same example, it's about people that are ill or sick and they need medical attention and they need a professional nutritionist to take care of their health. Fair play, it's working over there. But it's not working for normal people with kids, families that want to stay fit. They want to enjoy playing with kids. They like to go to party, to nightclubs. They want to come back. They want to work harder on things. They want to have more energy to run, to practice a sport, to do all the things that they have in mind and enjoy food all over the world and travel and do all the stuff. It's not working. And as an example, there are studies on the gadgets that are tracking calories that people are buying and they are using for 1 or 3 months, from 1 to 3 months, and then after 6 months no one will use. Is the rate, the percentage of people that are keep using that tracking device is going lower, like 10% or something like that. So there are no studies that can show me people, obviously they can't do that at this moment in time. There are no people saying that they want to keep tracking their calorie intake for 30 years. It's impossible. They don't have in mind that kind of thing. They have losses. They want kids, they want houses, they have goals, they want career, they they have so many things going into their life that it's impossible to believe that, oh yeah, I need to track my calories because I want to be healthy. No, it's BS. There's no such thing. And then there is another thing that you have to consider. When you go to a supermarket, you see thousands of products on the shelves. If you want to try to count calories and be able to count calories, you need to go to a supermarket and see only the basic ingredients: meat, fish, eggs, dairy products, and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and I think that's all. And oils, obviously. But if you go to a supermarket right now, you see thousands of products, and big companies are investing millions, if not billions, in marketing. And when they are investing in marketing, they're investing in colors, in brand, in writing, and how they are promoting ads, billboards, and so on, because they try to manipulate you, because they try to access psychological, your emotional part of your brain to make you buy more. Simple as that. It's very hard in these circumstances to just think that you can count calories. It's obviously it's so hard that it's nearly impossible. This is one thing. This is one aspect that you have to think about. Like, is the manipulating procedure of the big companies that create lots of products. This is one thing. The other thing is the millions and billions of money that are investing in the combination of tastes. So you have thousands of products that combine especially refined sugar with fats, which is the deadliest combination ever because it's very addictive. So then you have sour, you have yeah, you have sour, sweet, salty. What's the other one? Because your tongue is it's divided in all of these things, um, as 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 sensors. Um, Bitter, yeah, bitter, sweet, sour, salty, and I think that's all. Yeah, I think that's all. So they try to combine all these things plus the seasoning plus many other things to create their product more addictive, which is combined with the marketing, the label, the packaging, the colors, the writing, the logo, all of these things to make, otherwise people will not, otherwise companies will not try to do all these things if people will be so easy for people to count calories for. It's just it's just ridiculous. That's why lots of companies are putting so many products on the market and so on. They try to make money, and they know exactly that people they can't count calories for 30 years straight. It's nearly impossible. They have other things to do. It's, for example, you have 10 things to do on your list, and then along the way someone comes and say, do you want to be healthy? Yeah. Start counting calories, and it's like adding one more thing to your list, which obviously is like you have to find more energy somewhere to cover that 11th thing that you have to do to take care of your health. It's ridiculous. It's quite ridiculous to think that counting calories is working these days. Yeah, it worked like 10,000 years ago when you had only you lived in a farm. You had only the basic things, uh, uh, like meat, fish, dairy products, and so on. Veggies, maybe dairy products, not so much, except milk and whatsoever. So yeah, it's just ridiculous these days to think that counting calories is working or will work in the future. For normal people, as I said at the beginning, not for athletes. For athletes, it's working. For people that are ill or sick or with special needs. Okay, we move to number 6, which is personalized workouts exist and work, but not for 9 to 5 people, parents with 4 kids or more, CEO or management people. That's another thing. Like personalized diets is quite the same thing. that they are going to nutritionist and they receive personalized diets. There is no such thing as personalized diets, and will never be. Personalized diets, or actually the word diet, so as a diet usually are for people that need medical attention, that are ill, they have special needs, they need a diet. Athletes, they need a diet because they are focusing on their career, they want to get more of them to achieve some results, they need a diet. But all these kind of people, they don't need personalized diets. There is no such thing. And also personalized workouts doesn't exist. Okay, for these people doesn't exist personalized workouts. There is no such thing personalized workouts. These kind of people, they want to stay healthy, they want to stay healthy and fit to play with their kids, they want to stay fit and healthy to have more energy for their 9 to 5 job, they want to stay fit and healthy because they have very big decisions to make and they need to focus on their especially CEOs and management people, they need energy to focus on their decisions and to have more energy to deal with all the problems that occurs in a company, as human problem, as technical problems, and so on. So this kind of people, they don't want personalized workouts because they want to they need the shape of their biceps to be in some certain way, or they need their biceps and triceps to look bigger than their colleague office. Colleague of did I say it right? Colleague office? Yeah, or among their board, director of board, board of directors. So they are not. So the idea of personalized workouts is not applying for them. The idea of personalization. So the idea of personalization. Let's keep going with this idea. The idea of personalization in terms of these people comes in terms of their lifestyle. So, for example, if I will tell you to uh, exercise daily, and this is the task of exercising daily, you as a CEO have a different style, have a different schedule than parents that have 4 kids, for example. So you need to find this is the task, exercising daily. You need to find space on your schedule, on a daily schedule, where it's about me time and exercising it's about me time, and you have to find that time and do what exercises you can. It's not about doing uh, uh, I don't know, squats with 40 kilograms on the bar, or you have to go to the gym or something like this. No, you need to exercise. So exercising can mean jumping rope, can mean jumping jacks, can mean push-ups, squats, can mean laying on the floor and get back in your feet on your feet. That that it's exercising as well. So personalization comes with this idea of depending on each person's lifestyle. It doesn't mean about workouts. Like you need to do 4 sets and not 3 sets because you are a CEO, or you have to do 4 sets or or not 3 sets because you weight more than usual or than the other guy, or because you are female and not male, or any other ridiculous things that I saw on the internet these days. So the idea of personalized workouts exists. It works for athletes, which obviously they need data. They need to see how their body reacts in some certain conditions to be able to reach their goals. And the last point of this webinar are the challenges. So, because I don't want you guys to take all this theory and just go home and that's all. Maybe some of you took notes or not. Here is a challenge for you. There are two challenges. First, one exercise is per day. So you have three exercises. I recommend three exercises: squats, push ups, and crunches. Squats can be sitting on a chair and stand up. Push ups can be against the wall. This is the lowest thing that you can do. Yeah. You can obviously, um, depend on each person, they can increase the intensity. And crunches for abs, I just recommend to lay on the floor on the back and just try to get up on your feet. It's very simple. I don't care how you do it. You just lay on the floor on your back and just try to get up on your feet. Every single day, try to do it for 5 minutes. You choose one exercise, you put the timer on your phone, 5 minutes, you press the button start, and you start your exercise. You're doing that. And then the second, in terms of nutrition, drink, as I said earlier, drink water first thing in the morning. Don't do anything else. You go to the toilet, brush your teeth or your morning routine. You go to the kitchen, don't drink coffee, don't drink any juice, liquid whatsoever, just water. 300 to 500 milliliters first thing in the morning, and these two challenges. Challenge yourself to keep this for 2 weeks. And then, if you do this, obviously reach back and leave a comment below and we'll discuss future. Yeah. So this is an example of webinar that I want to create. And hopefully, hopefully will help people a lot in their health challenge, or now becoming fit challenge, let's say. So yeah, that was the podcast for today. That was the episode for today. So thank you so much. See you next time. Bye.